Le Havre, September 5, 1944. Dawn was creeping heavily along the English Channel, and fog hung over the waves like a grey shroud. The French port of Le Havre, once a gateway to trade and music, was now an iron prison under Nazi control, fortified by cannons, guarded by towers, and with thousands of mines beneath its feet. In the German headquarters near Dock 3, General Hermann Albrecht, the stubborn Bavarian officer, sat before a detailed map of the port. He drank his bitter coffee slowly as his ear became alert to a distant roar, like the sky boiling. He opened the window. They weren't birds. They were airplanes. On the other side, over the sea, squadrons of British Lancaster bombers were approaching in terrifying formations. British officer John Wilcox sat in the rear of his bomber, contemplating the orders he carried: concentrated and precise bombing. Total destruction of the port within 48 hours. Objective: to weaken the German forces to secure the liberation of northern France. The operation, codenamed Operation Estonia, began on the evening of September 5 but reached its peak on the morning of the 6th. The sky was like a canvas ablaze. The first bombs fell near the control tower, causing the ground to explode and flames to erupt from the fuel tanks. The strikes followed as if time itself were falling from the sky. German ships lurched in the harbor like terrified whales, some exploding before their crews could flee. German soldiers screamed as they hurried through the smoke and debris. In one of the shelters, Madeleine Beauvoir, a French nurse who had refused to leave her city, tried to calm the children in hiding. She knew the Allies were approaching, but she had no idea that liberation would come in the form of a firestorm. The next day, September 7th, British artillery under the command of Major General Dwight Davison pushed toward the outskirts of the city. German forces gradually withdrew to the center of the harbor. General Albrecht refused to surrender, so a direct order was issued for a full-scale bombardment. On the evening of September 11th, after a 6-day bombardment, the German forces surrendered. But it was a victory with ashes. The results were horrific. More than 5,000 French civilians were killed in the bombing. About 82% of the city was destroyed, including infrastructure and the port. Forts and mines were blown up, but at the cost of a centuries-old city's memory. At the end of the operation, John Wilcox stood near the shattered harbor, holding a photograph taken by a soldier of an elderly woman weeping in front of her ruined home. He whispered, "We have liberated the city, but from whom?" As for Madeleine, who emerged exhausted from her shelter, she looked up at the blue sky for the first time in a week and muttered, "How heavy it is for light to come after this darkness."